Well, yeah, I'm just seeing what the heck, because I didn't know what or harmonious meant. That's what. No, it means tuneful. Actually, multiple definitions. It says forming a pleasing or constant whole, tuneful, not discordant.
Alright, Shalom. We'd like to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
The one to the apostles and elders of great millstone. Shalom to like our dead, those who are faith, live love, and true sincerity. Brothers J.M. Soldier Faith, New Jersey. Here with the weekly sit down. And today's topic is what's the title again?
The Lord have chosen you out of the world.
Yeah, the Lord have chosen you out of the world. So with that, we hope the segment is edifying. And may the Lord be with us and speak to us.
This is John 15 and verse 16. It says, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask in the of the Father in my name, he may give it you." It says, "These things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hated you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you."
All right, so when you look at the totality of everything, the brother was speaking on a certain incident, that occurred with him, and brother just thought about it and just painted the picture of it's like, the rest of the world is looking at us, they laughing, they snickering, they doing whatever it is because we're not a part of them, and when they see us as being dead to the world, like we're not really with it, we're not cool with it. Whatever terminology you want to use, we ain't lit, we ain't this, we ain't that. Well, we're not supposed to be, because we're supposed to be separate, because that's how the Lord meant for us to be. The Lord clearly set up men, starting off with the apostles, elders, great millstone, to be watchmen, to be his ambassadors, his servants, and to be separate from the rest of the world, to show that there's a clear-cut difference between how men in the Lord is supposed to operate and how people of the world is supposed to operate, right? There's nothing to act like a nigga and operate in a nigga fashion. You know what I'm saying? Wear your pants off your ass, throw up gang signs, smoke weed, do all that. It's nothing to do that. But it takes a whole lot to muster up the strength to actually follow the Lord in the right fashion and to truly be of the Lord and stand for something that's actually righteous, right? Not these fake outrages that our people be crying over every time Jake gets shot down by either Mike Cop or something like that. Now Jake want to fake protest and fake do this. Or now all of a sudden you care when 53 niggas and got shot in Chicago over the weekend, or this doesn't happen over here. There ain't no outrages then. You know what I'm saying? But Jake always want to fake outrage when something like that happens. But they don't have the courage to actually stand up for the Lord, right? And everything that the Bible proclaims, because they don't have the real heart, man. It don't take nothing to be a nigga out in the street. It really doesn't take nothing, man. And there's a clear separation between us that's in the truth and the rest of our people that's in the world, man. What's going on?
Not really, kind of ish, but I got something real quick. Because all in all, this what I just read as far as the world hating you, and it did hate, and then again it said Yahushua himself. This is red letter. That he said that. They hated me before they hated you. So we're going through the same thing, but honestly, what we really should be doing, instead of being mad or anything about it, we should really be rejoicing. Let's just get straight to the point. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 14. It says, "If ye being reproached for the name of a Mashiach. Happy are ye, for the spirit of glory. For the spirit of glory and of the Most High resteth upon you. You know, scriptures also say what? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us, man? You know, the Most High is on our side, so we don't. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is on our side, so why would we care about this wicked kingdom, man? Scriptures also say we fear God rather than men. You know, it says, on their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. You know, and again, you have guys that are probably going after, you know, calling us names, calling us all these other things.
Yeah,
but right.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, the angels is looking at, wow, like these guys, you know, cheering us on and everything like that. You know, so
it's like the light and the dark. It's like his brother said, reapers. Because here it is, you know, here it is. We find scriptures that, you know, gives you light. Like you don't have to figure out, okay, what if this, what if that? But to them, it's, you know, it's bullshit. You know, they rather live in folly and live in what if this and what if that, and pretty much live in gray areas. Whereas Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gives us the answer to all things. You know.
And because I feel like for them it feels like that's the safe path, right? It's to be what everybody else is and to succumb what everybody else is doing, so on and so forth. Like I think I've told this like a few times in camp, like back when this well before, you know, being in the truth. Remember when they thought that they was believing that Edomites saying that the world was going to end at a certain time or point, like years ago.
Right? 2000? Y2K?
No, not Y2K. I think it was around
right? Something like that. That old Edomite dude that was preaching.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit before then. Because I think I wasn't in the truth just yet.
They probably had books because they had a lot of them come out every
Yeah,
year.
it was a white man that came out and basically said some shit like that. Yeah, said something that world was about to end. And I remember this chick saying, oh yeah, I just went downtown because I just wanted to be where everybody else was going to be at.
Mm.
Like, and this chick had 2 kids, but you say you want to be downtown. Like, so it just shows you people feel comfortable with everybody else is. Hence, case in point with niggas in the hood, or if you're not coming around as much, now they looking at you like you're a fucking outcast or some shit. So now you feeling bad or whatever, okay, yeah, I gotta go back and join my niggas. Now you suck right back into the bullshit for what? And you know that shit is not serving you, man. What we're doing, being in this truth, this is truly serving us because we're serving the Lord, man. You know? So that's how you want things to be. You don't want to be in places and in situations that is not serving your best interest, man. People in the world constantly, and I be hating all of the buzzwords that you be hearing on fucking social media, fucking intentionality, being the best version of myself. If you really want to be the fucking best version of yourself, you'll get into these scriptures and know who the fuck you are, man. That's being the best version of yourself. How you want to be the best version of yourself and you don't even know where the fuck you come from, man? That don't make no goddamn sense, man. You don't even know who your God is, man. You don't know what tribe you're from. You don't know all of your brothers and sisters, the different nations within the nations of Israel, man. So how you going to be the best version of yourself, man?
Hey,
That's where it starts at.
The back you see, when you were saying before, Jake find comfort, and they used to tell us all the time in camp, we all gotta die. We all gotta die one day, because they find comfort in following the multitude. So if they feel as though, well, we all about to die from a nuclear destruction, I can accept it. You know?
Yeah.
Not everybody's gonna die in a nuclear destruction. But Jake find comfort in following the multitude to do evil, man.
That's like, and that's stupid for them to think that because they're just saying like, well, we all going to die anyway, so if you going to die just like me, it really don't even matter. So wherever I go after I die, I just don't even give a fuck because we all going to die anyway.
Right.
That's
Who's the judge?
Exactly, like that's no type of care for your soul, man. We supposed, us being in this word, this is us truly caring for our souls, our spirits, man, and for our family at that. Because the Lord may have, if the Lord, willing the Lord have mercy upon us, the Lord might spread that mercy to our family, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not all of our family, but more so, especially those you got immediate family or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You hope that the Most High is going to spread that mercy for you and to your family, man. You know?
I was going back to what you had said, the best version of yourself. Scripture have that. So I'll bring it out. The verse said, you know, how you want to be the best version of yourself, but you don't know where you come from and everything like that, right? And I have the wisdom. Wisdom of Solomon 9:6. Though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded. I mean, so no matter, how best you think you are of yourself, the Lord's wisdom ain't with you, then,
Bring that back one more time.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9 verse 6. For though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded.
Right, so you're not a person to take in high esteem if you don't have the wisdom of the Lord, man. Because our people worship the celebrities, they worship the trips, how they spend money. Oh, they done bought this new ice. Oh, he done bought the Bugatti. Oh, he done did this. Yo, he done got a farm. He done got the life. Like, I want to be like that. I want to have a new fly G-Rod for the summer. All of that without wisdom. What truly is it, man? The scriptures tell us what profit man to gain the whole world but to lose his soul, man. You want to lose your soul, man. Don't that matter for something?
Right.
You'd rather, like how Kanye said, sold my soul to the devil at a crappy deal, or something about a fucking Happy Meal, or whatever the fuck you said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of that for what?
Yeah, a lot of guys that get money, they say it's lonely at the top. So if you sell your soul and you gain the whole world but lose your own soul, you can have everything, but if you ain't got nobody to enjoy it with, what's the purpose?
Yeah.
Especially with ones who that your friends. It's always good to have friends because you enjoy life with your friends, which be your brothers. If you by yourself and you got everything, it's bullshit. It's like you can't enjoy it.
Hey, because you're supposed to be able to suffer everything with your peoples, right? So if you're the one that got the money and you at the top, everybody else around you, you might have a couple of genuine people that might be around you, but the rest of them is really leeches. Because they just trying to be there for the come up because they looking to be taken care of. They looking to go on all the road trips, or if you're a rapper, to do this and to do that, and to say, yeah, I'm with my niggas, we rolling deep in the club, we looking tough, and we'll pack niggas out, we'll do this, we'll do that. But that ain't shit. Because if you go broke, then how it's gonna be? Niggas ain't gonna come around the same motherfucking way, man. I remember this was, early, when I was 18, my friend finally got a fucking, a Jeep or some shit like that. All of a sudden, everybody called him every single day. His mom, all they want is just ride from him every fucking day. Can you take me here? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? After he got that car, ain't nobody called his ass every fucking day. But I was still there with him every single day, regardless whether he had the car or not. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's a good point you made, because with Jake in the hood, what a lot of people that's not from the hood or the ghetto, you want to say, Jake, Yahweh Shah walked around with friends, with brothers, and he was down with them.
Yeah.
So of course, when Yahweh Shah get up, he wanted them to be up, and that's the thing among Jake. Jake in the hood, they got bad intentions, but when they want to come into some money, they be hoping that, damn, my day one, I wish he could see what we at now. Because you remember when y'all was struggling together in the dreams y'all had. And y'all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So us brothers in this truth, being that we're suffering together in this truth, we're in the same mind. When Yahweh Shah bring the kingdom, you have it inside you to have this love for your brother, to have that winning mindset as well, or the perks that come with the winning, which is us being saved, man.
Yeah, that was my whole point, to bring it back around to the brotherhood, because this is the true riches, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what really brings brothers together, is the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding of the Most High. Whether any brother in here is doing better than another, we all in this thing together. We suffering together, we do everything together as far as when it comes to making sure that brothers is alright, man. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what, and that won't change, because the love of the Lord is in us, and we know and we understand that, and we love and we honor the brotherhood, man.
I got some, brothers can chime in. I got several verses here. This is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. And you have ye quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. You know, when pretty much, man, we got off that course, man. That course that we pretty much was walking on was a path to destruction. You know, that the children of disobedience. You know, that's who that old man was. You know, we got to be renewed in the spirit, man, for this whole thing. It says, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. You know, and that's cold, man, because like I said, man, we was the conversation, you know, and when you're in this walk and you're amongst the brotherhood, and then when you go out and into the mingle amongst the public, so to speak, in public spaces, you know, people are pretty much are taken aback by our conversation. Our conversation is not the typical, you know, of the world.
Right.
You know, how when pretty much when guys of the world get together, their conversation is very limited. It's very limited, and it's basically one-track minded, so to speak. You know, full of profanity. You know,
And folly.
And folly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right? It says, but the Most High, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherein he hath loved us, even when we were dead in sins, hath quickened us together with Hamashiach. By grace ye are saved, and have raised us up together, and made us sit together in heavenly places in Yahushua Hamashiach.
So showing you that the Lord's elect is very special, man, to be called out of the world. Because at one point, we all lived according to this world. You know, we all did according, you know, certain brothers, you worship the pagan holidays, you were brought up that way as a child, parents buying you gifts for Christmas, all that stuff, you worship your birthday, you know, if you was old enough, you probably went out, had your homies, celebrate your birthday, throw you shots left and right, you getting tore up, blacking out, you know, we went through this life in the mindset of the world, but we've been called and pulled from this world in our minds, which is through our spirits. You know, that's beautiful, man. You can read some of that back up.
Yep. Start up a little bit. This is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 3. Among whom also we had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the minds.
Hey, some of us brothers, man, brothers was niggas, man. Some brothers was gangbangers. Some brothers served jail time. Some brothers was, you know, school smart. You know, all that, man. Whatever how you want to paint it, man. Brothers come from different walks and ways of life, man. And read that again, Salaki.
Among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh.
In the lust of our flesh. We did everything according to our flesh. Hey, man. Brothers was, you know, some brothers mastered women. Brothers was party heads, club junkies. You know, rhino drinkers, all that. Brothers smoked the bud. Yeah, brothers come from them ways of this world, man. You know, brothers was techie. You know, very smart, educated. Brothers was simps to women. You know, some brothers mastered women. Go ahead.
Yeah. Fulfilling the desires of the flesh.
Hey, fulfilling the desires of the flesh. Whatever please the flesh. What please the flesh is when you are enjoyed by those of the world. You please your flesh a lot. Well, let's say you please your flesh because of your flesh. But a lot of times we get excited or you feel good about yourself when others make you feel good about you. And that's when you're part of a clique, you're part of somebody of the world, your family, friends. You know, when you living up to the standards of the world, you feel needed. You know, people come to you, they want to get down with you. They calling you to come around. If you ain't around, it's kind of, you know, you got it, huh?
Yeah, and social media pretty much plays a big part in this whole thing too. You know, people you know, putting up posts and they want to get the accolades
Right.
and the congratulations and you know, look what I'm doing this and I'm doing that, you know. Jake is only posting stuff up when they're doing good.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, you got somebody on the
That's the only time
outside.
they post it up.
Yeah.
Ain't never a time they post it up when they doing bad.
Yeah, you got somebody on the outside, you know, looking in, man. You know, they thinking, hey, this guy, he's always winning, man. You know, he's always winning.
You can fake it.
You know, oh yeah.
Hey, take a picture every time you go out to eat, and just let it build up on your wall. When people look at your wall, they're gonna think, oh wow, he's doing his thing. He always out. See him in new clothes, got his head done, you know, got a shorty with him, you know, he's smiling, having a good time. That man living life.
Behind the scenes, he
I need to live that life,
Right.
you know?
He taking a picture in front of the car dealership.
You know,
Yeah, or he ain't talking about he beefing with his woman.
Yeah, right.
His woman cheated on him and shit, you know?
And you got guys that are being more, even more elaborate on these posts, man. You know, what are you doing? The editing and adding the music on, and you know, you showing the different types of, you know, things like that, man. You know, that takes you a little bit of time to do that in, man. You know, just to show for a certain moment, you know, pretty much being out of the world, man, and thinking this is what is all that this world has to offer. You see? You know, this is why Jake pretty much speaks about, brother was talking about how Jake said, you know, well, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna just go out and die, whatever. You know, that's the fact, because they don't fear the Lord, man.
Right.
You know, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You see? So Jake doesn't really understand the gravity of this world that they're living in, man.
Right.
You know, everything is a joke. Everything is just a happy-go-lucky, so to speak. You know, when you go out in the hood and just observe people, man, they just walking aimlessly, man.
Yeah.
You know, just to get into anything. They don't walk. They're not going anywhere with a purpose, man. They're just aimlessly just walking the earth, man, lost.
Yeah, you said the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. To back you out, damn, what's the scripture? Oh shit, I had it in my head. A prudent man foreseeth the evil, but hideth himself. So they have no wisdom because they don't understand the times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they wild, they out here doing what they want to do. The girls, the women, be over here. Look, right, this block was lit. Where I'm at, you know, a lot of Dominican, Puerto Ricans over here, Jake, Black, Judah over here, Simeon, you know, and they out and about drinking. It's a Saturday, it's warm, it ain't rain today. You know, Jake is out filling up their flesh, you know, but when it comes to doing right or having prudence to understand the times you're living in to get right, they don't have no wisdom.
Right.
Which shows that you said, look, they don't have no fear of the Lord.
Right.
No?
Yeah, because they don't understand what is in store for this place, man. You know, when they're gonna really get a hard look at this place, man, when pretty much when the music stops, man. You know, and I mean by the music stopping is when all of this you know, bread and circus act pretty much comes to a screeching halt. You know, the doors of music brought low, right? Social media is not going to be accessible how it was, you know. All right, people pretty much are going to be find themselves jammed up, man, because that's what this times are leading into, man. And pretty much, man, Jake is pretty much getting into the wrong things, even when it's concerning trying to hold this place up. They're getting into politics, man. Jake is really thinking that voting for an individual, okay, is going to save their life, so to speak. You see? But really, it's going to be on the contrary, man. Yeah.
He's mentioned like about the party and everything. And title of the lesson was with the 1 Peter 4:4 in the NLT. Of course, your former friends are surprised when you no longer plunge into the flood of wild and destructive things they do, so they slander you.
So if you want,
Yeah. Oh, you ain't part of the club no more, man. You would like the brother said, man. You an outsider, man. You know, you're not running in the same. What's the scripture talk about? The same riotous.
right.
Yeah. You ain't running with them like that no more, man. You know, so that right now, you looking like you're the outcast, man.
Yeah.
You know, and then they hearing about you, you know, coming into this truth, you know, and because they don't understand it, you see, they have this preconceived notion of what it is, but they pretty much are not regarding it, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say this real quick. You know, we make a sacrifice when we come into this truth. And the years that you in this truth, you know, your era of your age passed by you. So the genre of the music and how people operate and how you know which is suited for you, because that's your generation, it passes by. So as this passed by, to fall out of the truth later, you're gonna have to become more wicked. Because obviously things the way that you used to get down and how the morals and the standards and the mindset of people, the women, the men, is different.
You out of your element.
So in order, you out of your element. So in order to fit in, the scriptures tell you, look, 7 more demons shall come upon you. You know, so like, yeah, I thought about that when you were speaking.
Yeah.
Because that come to mind, God falling out later in his truth after his time done passed, meaning the music and genre, you know, falling out is a stupid thing.
Yeah.
Because now you got to try to put on and become something that you're not.
And that back to the world.
Yeah, that back to the world.
And at the end of the day, you pretty much are dumbing yourself down, pretty much, man. You know, because, you know, especially if you've been in the truth for quite some time now, time has passed you by.
Right.
So now when you're thinking about the old way of like the old crew or your old friends that you used to hang out with, man, you know, time has passed them by as well.
Right.
You know, they got issues, they got family,
Right.
they got issues now. So now that whole, you know, moment in time where you thought about being with them, that's not going to be the case when you go back into the world. You see, these people got responsibilities, whether they handle it correctly or not. You know, okay, you're dumbing yourself down to pretty much a Gen Z platform, so to speak.
A lot of women do that.
You know?
The older women.
Right.
Women that are in the 40s to the 50s, they're acting like 20-year-olds. Now they get to act out and be out nasty and go against their moral principles that they used to live by just to fit in this world.
Right.
You gotta, it's like, you know, a woman and shit showing me the Kendra dating shit, the coaching dating, and I'm watching all of these older chicks status about men, about a man gotta make 100 figures a year. Meanwhile, she ain't even making that much.
Right.
And here they are in the world, but knowing that they're trying to fit into the society that's not even made for them. They've been past it. You're supposed to act your age.
Exactly.
And the scriptures tell us, with Apostle Paul, he said, when I was a child, I thought as a child. When I was a man, you know, only when I was an adult, you think as an adult.
Yeah.
Roughly paraphrased.
Which childish things.
Right, Slovakia.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you see a lot of the older heads acting more nastier and out of control with no type of moral than the actual young women are, the Gen Z.
Right. And it is what I call engineered black culture, you know? And you can think the small hats, but pretty much they run the tables with the music industry, okay, and media that pretty much make this whole vile spirit that's in Babylon the mainstream, okay? And people are pretty much gravitating towards that as the standard of what life should be, you know, of the world, man. You see, this is what's going on now. And I got something real quick. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
So any brother or sister that believes in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, as Apostle Paul is telling you, can you read it again now?
Yep. I beseech you, therefore, brethren,
Right?
by the mercies of the Most High,
Which he's talking to men first, right? But you sisters, y'all are included, because there's elected women, there's elected sisters out there that gonna believe, right? You women are a part of this thing as well, but you play a different position.
Right.
You're not the foundation. So do your role, do your lot. Go ahead.
right? This is spiritual warfare where we on the front line. You know, the Aquaf can definitely the Spirit is leading them to believe in this thing, you know. But the pretty much the living sacrifice, man, is really the men that's out there that's pretty much pushing His word, you know. But it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High.
It said, by the mercies of the Most High, Yahweh. Go ahead.
That ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
Your body, keyword, and living sacrifice, meaning you're alive. All right? Meaning you have to change your mindset. You're not going to be dead. What good are you to the Most High in the earth? If you're dead, you're in the spirit world. You know, what counts is when you're in the flesh. That's why we understand through scriptures, judgment comes in the flesh. Right? So it's the best. In the flesh, you're supposed to make the best out of it. And serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Because when you go to the spirit world, you rest. And there's nothing you can do to change what you've done in the flesh. So go ahead.
Holy, separate.
Holy, which means what? To be set apart. Meaning you're not supposed to be like the world. You're not supposed to be like the rest of the Israelites that you know in the world. Even your family members. If they don't have this mindset of serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and the faith to believe, you're not supposed to be mirroring them, keeping up to the Joneses with them, you know, coming to every what they say, riots or banquet, festivals. You ain't supposed to be in those days, because those festivals really is going to end up being birthday parties. It's going to be holidays, pagan worship, you know, all that stuff. More so, right, than just a gathering just to be around family. They always come together in wickedness. That's what Jake is good for. You know? So it says holy, to be what? Set apart, meaning you're not supposed to be a part of them. And there's reasons for that. That's a good thing, because the Lord have called us and chosen us out of the world. So now when the Lord judged them, you're not judged with them. Go ahead.
Yep. Acceptable unto the Most High.
Oh, acceptable. Now you have to understand, and you have to reason with yourself. Well, you have to say, well, what is acceptable to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua? How could I make it to be acceptable to the Lord? What would He accept? By keeping His orders to the best of your ability. Right? Listening and doing what He said. Keep the holy days. When the holy days come up, you remember them. You rehearse them. That's making it acceptable. Meaning your body as a living sacrifice to be acceptable to be with Yahweh Yahushua on this go around. To be with the Lord. Being of the elect. The holy days are important to rehearse, man. Because it goes back and brings a remembrance of what things the Lord was pleased with us. Knowing that we were Israelites. Remember, He took this thing away from us. So it's our job to really seek Him 10 times more. To seek Him 10 times more, you want to be occupied in it all day long. Yep. It's a lifestyle. It's who we was before. Even though we can't be the ones we was before, but we're striving.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And those are the tender mercies of the Most High. That He took this away, man, and He's opening it up to His elect. You know? Okay, that's mercy. You see? But it says, which is your reasonable service, man, acceptable unto the Most High.
Yeah, every word.
Which is your reasonable service?
Reasonable service. So what is your service? Your service is to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and keep His commandments and precepts. Stay in order. That's the reasonable service of this calling. Anybody else telling you that is differently. We don't need theatrics. We don't need to have different administrations. We don't need to have, like these other camps. You know, we don't need to hold an event of wrestling and let brothers wrestle each other and play that. You know, wrestling is so fake. That's so crazy, bro. like out of all things, you're gonna have an event for wrestling for Israel. When you know that wrestling is so fake, you're gonna have men and women up there wrestling each other, playing this role, slamming each other, women boxing each other. We don't need to do those things. Our reasonable service is to serve the Most High, serve Yahushua, and do according to what He said. Faith, that's it. So what is our reasonable service as men of the Lord that teach the scriptures, which are the prophets, the seers, the teachers? Teach. That's all you have to do. He didn't say nothing else, but just teach the word. Go ahead.
Right? And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right, so don't be conformed to this world, meaning, you know what, I gotta be the high value man. I need about, damn, y'all, cause look, in the next 8 years, if I work here, get paid, and if I stack my money, I definitely could have an Airbnb. I could have, look, I'm gonna get this passive income. I'm about to, yeah, we wanna have those things because it helps us to live a better life in this wicked society. But if I'm gonna sacrifice, let me sacrifice for the Lord first. It's nothing wrong with having a little bit of change in your pocket and having an easier life, but it's about sacrifice now. What are you sacrificing? Because to have that sort of life in this world and be conformed to this world, you have to sacrifice your time and plug your brain into the world. Everything has to be of the world for you to win in this world. We don't live for this world. We living for the world to come. So yeah, it sucks. Yeah, you bitter. Yeah, you know, you down and out. Yeah, the women talking shit. Your woman talk shit. You ain't got no job. Or whatever the case may be. You might have got a job, but you ain't this. You don't do this. You know, women say a lot of shit when they mad.
Yeah.
But guess what? You catch the end of the stick of it. No matter what, no matter what you got going on. You know? But go ahead,
Right? It says,
because I'm gonna tell you this. Look, a man having a job doesn't make him better than any other man. It's mentality. And women don't understand this because they tricked by social media. They tricked by the trending things that go on these stupid ass podcasts that these guys got. A lot of these guys be going to fuck off. You know, they be going off. And they getting away from actual reality too. They say a lot of good things, they critique a lot of good things, but they're getting away from reality, or they're getting away from the actual truth.
yeah.
So women are starting to be hip to, if you don't got this amount of money, I can't be with you. What happened to love? What happened to somebody actually caring about you? You know? You see, this status shit and all this dating stuff is getting way out of hand. It's confusing.
Right.
And people are living according to it, really making it their principle. It's the wrong principles. Now, it could be good principles for you if you live according to the world, but when this world die, you dying with it.
Right.
It's not good for us brothers that live in reality or live in truth with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And a lot of you sisters that watch this shit, don't get caught up in that bullshit. Don't get caught up in that shit, you know, because they will warp your mind, man, and thinking that you gotta choose a man because of how much he make. You know, I'm gonna tell you this: a man that make a lot of money, these women are so. It's like I don't even go down this route, but these women are so stupid that if you want a man that make this amount of money, right? Do you understand that he's gonna have power? Do you understand that he's gonna have the resources and power? What makes him think that he's gonna tolerate you? You know, a man with power and resources are gonna deal with a woman that's suitable for him. He's not gonna deal with a woman that has demands.
Right.
If she has demands, he's not fucking with you. He has power. He has resources.
Right.
So they be saying, I want this guy to make this amount. I want this guy to make this amount. I want this guy to make that amount. Are you dumb?
Right.
How niggas say in New York, are you dumb? You know, because if this man has that much and make that much, he's not choosing you.
Exactly.
And they so stupid. But go ahead,
Yeah, and pride is at an all-time high right now, man. You know, and like I said, and then now, you know, the backlash of you know, women worried about they're not being approachable, being approached. You know, I mean, you know, hey man, the whole dating scene is just dead, man. You know, everybody's out for themselves, man, in the world, man. You know, there's nothing, nobody is sincere about anything, man.
Dating is for free fucks. Dating is for free fucks. That's all it's for. A woman dates because she wants to get ride. She says she wants a plan and she wants to marry a man, but that's the bullshit that they lie about. It's free. A man dates because he wants to fuck.
Yeah.
He wants to fuck something good. A bitch that looks good. You're dumb. Get into reality, man. It's reality.
You know, and you know, like I said, these women are going to be delusional, you know, until the Lord turns their TV off, man.
Right.
You know, and then that's when things are going to get real serious, man. And then now you're going to be yourselves in a bind, is because the same man that you've been thrashing and been encouraged to thrash, okay, and pretty much publicly humiliate, you see, now that same man is useful in that time of need, and he's not going to beat around, you see. So it says here, it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
And how you get renewed in the mind is through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakadash, through the prophets, the true prophets of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. That's how you get renewed in the mind. You have to your mind have to change from being in this world. So don't think that TikTok and Instagram is going to school you and give you the game or give you the keys of life. In this world, it possibly could if you watch them hard enough. You know, learning, watching different shorts and different guys that talk about money, how to invest your money, how to do this, how to do that. Then you get your bag up. Yeah, those things, if you fall into the right information, it will work in the world. But just know that it's not going to work with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right?
Right?
Okay.
That you may prove what is that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
And that's heavy. That's another point. That whole, all through those different words are heavy, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to speak upon. Read that last part, Salakia.
Yep. It says, I'm going to start from the top. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Right. Go ahead.
Right? For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according to as the Most High have dealt to every man the measure of faith. You know, pretty much every man has their measure of faith in this whole thing, you know, and pretty much, you know, even what Paul was giving all the wisdom, you know, to pretty much push forth the ministry, you know, the Lord pretty much subdued him or with a thorn on his side. You know, he has some type of ailment, you know, when you extrapolate through the scriptures, though, he didn't exactly, you know, tell you what kind of ailment he had, but it was to pretty much keep him in check and not to really get above himself, you know, and it pretty much subdued him and kept him humble, you know. And this is the same thing in our walk. You know, the Lord leads us down different paths in this walk, you know, and pretty much building yourself up in your faith, whatever measure of faith that the Lord has given you, you know, situational circumstances was what I like to call it, you know, that the Lord will put a man through in his walk. But the goal is to remain firm into the Lord, man, and continue to do the work, man. Because why? It's because the Lord's always going to show you favor at the end of the day when you continue to keep your hand on that plow, man, and keep doing the will of the Lord, no matter what, you know. Okay, not losing faith and because things are going bad and it's going downhill, and now you gotta be that spirit of Job sometime, you know. Okay, our personal thing, you know, I've been through some things, you know, and you know, just kept my head down in the plow, man, and the Lord see me through it, you know. Okay, so that was like a test, you know. Like I said, you gotta understand it and use that discernment and know when the Lord is testing you. That's another thing, brothers. Know when the Lord is putting you up to the test, man, to see what your measure of faith is. You know?
Yeah, something kind
Yeah, this is Sirach chapter 11, verse 1. Wisdom lifteth up the head of him that is of low degree, and maketh him to sit among great men. You know, and also reminds me of Ecclesiastes 9, because you have mentioned like how a man, you know, he may not have worldly riches, but there's a scripture that speaks about how like let me just grab it so lucky. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 14. There was a little city and few men within it, and there came a great king against it and besieged it and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. So when you look at that, it's just like, how can you be wise but you poor? You know? But I understand the wisdom of the scriptures tell us, and when you have, even I remember even Apostle Rumla was saying that, like, the true actually wise men of this world don't necessarily have the most, all the riches, but they have great wisdom that eventually everybody's gonna see. Hell, even a lot of quotes that people come across now, it's like a lot, it's from those otherwise poor wise men.
Yeah, experienced men.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me think of the fact that, like, say you see like a guy that's homeless, he sees a lot of things going on. So meanwhile, the homeless guy that is poor and everything like that, he may say something, and the guys that have money and stuff like that, they're like, what is he talking about? Like,
Or the thing about a bum is that his wisdom is gonna be gold when shit hit the fans, because he knows that when it rains, he probably goes under a bridge. Most people not living like that, they don't know, or he knows what's edible to eat and what's not.
Right.
You know?
And they portray that in the movies, man, like the brother was talking about, where they have somebody of a lower state that may really give some type of wisdom or something like that, where it might go over the head of people that are pretty much a higher state than him, but pretty much it's really what words of wisdom. The Lord, deals with the underdog, man. We got to understand that as well. And right now, with the powers that be, we're seeing the unseen hand. We've seen this man, his horns are about to come out, full-fledged. And he don't care if he's being sloppy and tacky. He don't care about that now. He's just going to go ahead with it, man, because it's like, who's stopping me? Okay? He has that type of spirit upon him, man. And we have to be just fully submerged in this word, man, and use it as our armor, man. So, because we know the Lord, we know what the playbook, we know what the outcome is going to be. We just gotta firmly believe, and that's how it's going to play out.
Yeah.
You see, and we're seeing it, man. We're seeing these things. We see the Lord moving these chess pieces around. Okay, the Lord controls is working on the minds of the kings, man. And we know that this war is inevitable. Okay, there's no turning back from it now. Okay, because of foolish pride, and the Lord is pretty much giving these men the unwise counsel to pretty much bring themselves to destruction. And we know that those missiles pretty much, and we're speaking about them now, we know that those missiles, when we extrapolate through the scriptures, we know that those missiles is of the day of the Lord. So we got to wrap our head around that to know that they're talking about imminent nuclear destruction and the use of weapons. We know that's the day of the Lord.
You should have fear in even knowing that, because that's 2 Peter 3 that you talking about. Knowing what the scripture say, knowing then how
The terror of the Lord, you can sway in.
No, not that. Somebody get 2 Peter 3 and 10 real quick. It's a quick point, because you was just speaking like that.
Right. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
So it said, what manner of person are you to be? Right? Knowing that all these things shall come to pass. So the fear of the Lord should be in you. This is why the Lord had called us from the world, hopefully chosen.
Hey, and that's a beautiful thing. What kind of conversation are we supposed to be in these times, man? Are we supposed to be in a conversation of folly? Are we supposed to be in a conversation of the things of this world that really don't matter? We all like to be entertained, but at the end of the day, man, we know what's at hand. We know that this bread and circus is pretty much put in place, man, to pretty much distract the people, man. One of the elites made a comment talking about just give these people drugs and video games, pretty much, more or less, to pretty much pacify them and subdue them. You see?
Dumb them down.
Yep, dumb down, and we've seen how Jake is pretty much this is the dumbest down that Jake has been, and pretty much, man, and Jake is still lost, though. Jake tries to get a so-called think that they trying to go on a comic board somewhere, you know, some different platform and trying to think they're gonna speak some type of wisdom, but they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. You know? Okay? You know, they don't even know what truth is, even if it's hitting them in the face, man. You know? That's why it's gonna be no excuse in that day, man. Because you basically are rejecting truth, so to speak, man. Or you want to put it into where you put a little twist to it, man. The Lord didn't prescribe you to put your little twist to it, man. That's not your job, man. Okay?
The scripture says in Proverbs 30:6, add thou not to the Lord, add thou not to these words, lest thou be found a liar. I'm gonna grab it real quick. It says, Proverbs chapter 30:6, add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar.
And we already been doing that, man. We gonna mention the names and you know the basic usual suspects, you know. And you know, and these suspects come in perfect order of seasons when we dealing with them, so to speak. You know, now we're dealing with this certain individual, his cohorts, you know, where they're being found to be liars, man. You know, okay, you know, you fumbling the scriptures,
Right.
you know,
Right.
okay, and you can't have a problem. Like I said though, that's not spiritual. Being spiritual for yourself to have a problem with being reproved, man. You know, that's for you to not have to go off, man.
Right.
You know, that can cause you to have a lot of blood in your hands by leading people the wrong way.
It clearly shows you that what's going on, that the Lord is allowing brothers from Great Millstone to reprove these different camps when they go off, is that when they respond, they not showing forth faith. They're actually showing forth how carnal they are because they are responding back with rants, you know, and then slanders. And that's not, you know, that's not truth. That's not about Yahweh Shai. Everything, correction is for, rebuke is for correction. You know, for you to get it right. You're supposed to act. See, when somebody rebuke you or tell you that you off in the scripture, you're supposed to examine. You're supposed to see, well, let me go back and double take. Let me double down and see what if I'm teaching the truth or not. You know, and then my response will be, I have scriptures that say this. It's supposed to be a sword, what did it say? Iron sharp iron. It's a sword contest to a degree, you know, but it's about truth. You know, and even also, it's also to win over the Lord's elect, and it's also to condemn those that are wicked. So whatever how the Lord want to do that, He's doing it. He's doing it. You know, and you can't say the Most High never warned you. That's another thing. You can't say that the Lord never correct you when you've been corrected so many times. All the Lord have to do is say, you didn't hear my prophets. You didn't hear my men. My men told you over and over. You know, so it makes you ashamed that, you know, nowadays everything is waxing worse. You got men that are showing themselves to be those false prophets. You know?
Hey, you're not built to, you know, some people just ain't built to lead, man. They're leaders. They call themselves leaders though, man. But at the end of the day, they're not built to lead, man.
They're not built to lead the nation.
Right.
Of Israel. For one, you're going beyond, you're getting ahead of Yahweh and the gathering that you think you're doing. You know, and I'm talking about IURC. All right, fuck all that. Them dudes is off. And what they're doing is he think he's leading the nation or he's leading Israel to be gathered, but it's not gathered under this truth, the spirit of Yahweh.
Right.
It's not gathered under prophecy.
Right.
That's where it's off. And whoever feels offended and feels some sort of way, the Lord not dealing with you. And don't get mad at the messenger for saying that. If the Lord is dealing with you, you will understand. You will search the scriptures. You will pray to get that understanding. You know, and the Lord will reveal it. He said, if you knock, He will answer. Yahweh Shai is the door to your mind. You know? If you have a sincere heart, which is the mind, which is just going into your spirit, you know, about this thing, if you of the Lord's elect, I'll see the Lord giving it to you. You know, who is the Lord going to deny? That has a sincere spirit.
Right.
You know? Now, of course, it boils down to Yahweh Shai, if you are the elect. But if you have a sincere spirit in this thing, the Lord will give it to you. You're going to see it, man. But if not, then that's on you. Don't get mad at the one that's actually telling you this stuff. Start reading your scriptures, you know?
Hey, you gotta humble down too, man. Humble them down, man. You know, and the carnal mind of some individuals, man, will look at the rebuke that we give them, a reproof. They'll take it as a backhanded slap, so to speak. You know, that's how they would take it as. You know, this is why they are pretty much you know, people will respond with emotion and pretty much not with wisdom. You see?
I got something. Going into actually what this brother said. This is Romans chapter 1, verse 19. It says, let me see. Actually, let me start. Verse 19. 18. It says, for the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth of unrighteousness, because that which may be known unto the Most High is manifest in them. For the Most High hath shewed unto them for the invisible things of Him from the creation of. It says for the invisible things of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even His eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse.
Right, but they're not excuse for it because why? Because we got the 100% truth, man. You know? Okay, we're fully set for the defense of the gospel, man. You know? Okay, anything short of that is not what's prescribed from Yahweh B'Shem. You know?
It says, but it says, because that when they knew God, they glorified Him not as God.
Certain individuals are not even glorifying the name.
Right.
You know? Some individuals are pretty much blaspheming the name. They actually are mocking us calling on our power.
Or going on a podcast talking about how he a Hoover Crick.
We're talking about how He's anointed.
When you have the opportunity on a platform like that to actually talk about the scriptures and talk about yourself.
Right. And tell them who they are. You know?
Right.
You know, you're just trying to squirrel trying to get your foot in the door somewhere, you know, and get on these different platforms, man, to get the accolades, man. But like I said though, you know, you run it with the multitude of the people, man, that's set for destruction, man.
Hey, you think about it with these different camps, the Lord really exposing these guys. You know, this man, Sakari, Guerrilla Hebrew, as much years he's been in this truth and claimed to be the high priest, right? The high priest, you know, he told Apostle Sahar to step down, he's too old, right? He need to retire, right? He goes on a podcast this year on No Jumper and tells the world how he's still Hoover Crick. I thought repentance supposed to change you from that. You know, I thought you supposed to really be denouncing that. At least if you do talk about it, that was your past. Not leave it in the air to with, you know, you still down with it. You know what I mean? You're gonna make sure that Yahweh Yahushai is put up triumph over that. You know, what you about now. Because the dude actually checked him, and he was a nigga in the world. He checked him. He said, if you go to prison, you know, what side you gonna be on? And he said, it's Hebrews in there. He said, I don't know about no Hebrews. He said, no, it's Hebrews in there. Then he said, it's Christians in there. He says, the gang members, what side would you stand on? The Lord had a spirit on that guy. To check him, he said, well, I don't know about the Hebrews. I ain't voting, saying verbatim what he said, but this was his answer. He said he ain't gonna deal with the Hebrews. He'd rather be with the Hoovers, because he said somebody gotta be the light of the Hoovers. And man, mind you, he dissed the whole Hebrews in there.
Yeah.
And the dude told him it's Hebrews in there.
Yeah.
That know they Israelites.
Right.
So it's a small section of Hebrews in jail that claim to be Hebrew among the Muslims, the gangbangers, and all that shit in there. So it is a section of Hebrews in there. He dissed them and said, "Nah, I'm gonna be with the Hoovers."
Yeah.
So he the Hoover Crick.
Yep.
You know, that's so. You know, this is not just to be picking, but you have to use your discernment, man. If you're really serious about this truth, you know who's in this truth for the true, the right spirit, you know, being saved, you know?
That's just like the old man picking his head up. You know, so saying that you that, it's because, you know, he ain't been fully baptized yet. Which means
Renewed in the, right. He never was really renewed in the mind and washed by the word. You can quote scriptures and you can be a battle, let's say, I would say battle rapper.
Battle
But
tested.
you got guys that are really come into this thing and learn the scriptures and get the breakdowns just to battle Christians, a battle teacher. You cutting them the Christians up in the churches. Of course, they easy. They don't know nothing. But then you got your platform showing like you just this high priest. You all of this. You above everybody. Even the ones that taught you. That shit crazy, man. You dudes are really simple as hell. You only getting over on people who don't understand the truth. But for brothers who understand the truth, see right through you guys. You stupid. And the Lord gonna destroy you unless you repent. Straight up.
And scriptures, I was gonna say, scriptures even say that if a man thinketh himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. So you think you're something, man. You got a heavy demon on you. You know what I'm saying? Messing with your mind, man. But I actually got the GNT, but I'm just gonna read this part.
You know, because it's like it, not to keep going on about it, but you got brothers in this thing that are serious minded about this truth. And it's offensive, you know, to see men do stuff like that, but we're not emotional, but we can be because we're passionate about the word. So when brothers are going through hell, catching hell, and really believing in Yahweh, washing our shot, praying, studying, and doing what we doing, that's offensive as hell, man. You know, how could you not get mad? We get mad, but it's like, you know what, it is what it is. It's the Lord's movie, you know? The Lord gonna have to do something about that. Here brothers are standing stiffly for the name of the Lord, you know, doing their best to serve the Lord, keep the commandments and all this, rehearsing the righteous acts, and then you got men that go out here and just do whatever they want, you know, and say whatever they want, and then just, you know, all types of, that shit is crazy, bro. Salaki, go ahead,
Con, verse 21 in GNT. So it says, they know God, but they do not give him the honor that belongs to him,
Right.
nor do they thank him. Instead, their thoughts have become complete nonsense.
Damn.
This is it's a lot of good stuff in here, man. I tell you. It says, their thoughts have become complete nonsense, and their empty minds are filled with darkness.
That's that though.
Yeah. Okay, it says, they say they are wise, but they are fools. It's
Right.
right.
Yeah, and we see it on display, man.
God.
You know, and to let back on what the
Romans
brothers,
1, it's deep in here too, but Romans 1 and 20.
yeah, but the let back on what the brother was talking about, man, with the offended, man. You know, hey, man, this is Luke 17:1. Then said he unto the disciples, it is impossible, but that offenses will come. But woe unto him through whom they come. For it were better for him that a millstone will hang about his neck,
ASAP.
and he cast into the sea, and he is cast into the sea, then that he should offend one of these little ones, man. You know? And pretty much, you know, it was already pretty much common knowledge, man, where certain things, we want to talk about concerning Deuteronomy 22nd chapter, was already established already, you know? But you still have rumblings of people pretty much, you know, slandering, you know? When it's clearly what was stated in the scriptures, man. But, you know, like I said, you know, you got people that's pretty much are trying to weaponize, you know, the ways of this world and trying to pretty much, you know, they don't want the kingdom, man. That's what it is, man. You know, okay? Because clearly, this individual knows the laws that are intact, you know, and what's going to pretty much govern this earth in the world to come. You can't get around that, you know. This is what it is. This is what the covenant that the Lord had given us. The Lord gave us it's going to give us a better covenant But these laws will be applied, man.
Yeah.
But these people actually have a problem with it, man. You know?
Yeah, codes and precepts, bro.
Nah, yeah, I was gonna say, you know, so we just gotta be happy that the Lord chose the side of the world, you know, and really live this thing, where the scriptures say in the end, you know, discern between who the Lord, let me grab that one, I'll get up there. This is, the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 17. It says, verse 16, then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrances before him for them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I will make up my Jews, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. Then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth God and him that serveth him not. All right, so the Most High is making it plain at this point.
As well with that, you know, we hope the second was edifying. We'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory.
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash.
Have wanted to the Apostle and Elsbeth Millstone. Shalom, like up there, those who are faith, those truth, love, sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom. Hey, shalom to you, Aqua from the comment board.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom. Shalom.
Check this out real quick. It says